Hello, and welcome back to the Engineering Rap Podcast. Uh, I don't know, I think this is like episode 5 or 6, maybe 7, I don't remember. It's been a while, but I'm back to give my thoughts on the XXL 2020 list, like I did last year. Um, this time it seems to be a different landscape. I know less of these rappers, so I had to kind of listen to their music before I actually sat down and made this video, so I'd make an accurate assessment. But yeah, I knew less of these rappers than I did last year. But I think when I first looked at the list, I think I knew maybe about half of them. Uh, Now I think I'm good with most of them. But yeah, so I'm just looking at the XXL vote for the 10 spot list. Doesn't necessarily mean that um, people that will be on the list are on this vote for the 10 spot list, but we'll see. Now, just going through the list, kind of like I did last year, I'm just gonna pull out some people that I think might be able to make it on the list. Other people, I feel like they probably don't have enough, like, a large enough following or that one hit that would probably get them on the list, but we'll see. So let's start at the top with ABG Neil. Again, haven't really heard about this guy. Thought his music was alright. Um, eh, you know, Abby Jasmine, I've heard of her kind of around, maybe just here and there, but I think she was on the Vote for the 10 spot list last year as well. If I'm not mistaken. Asian Doll or Asian Brat, um, I have heard of. I think her music isn't too bad. Again, I don't know if she has enough star power to make it onto the list, but it's possible. Um, I feel like Dream Doll uh, would have been a better fit for this list since Dream Doll does have. Anyway, but I prefer Dream Doll over Asian Doll, but that's a different story. As GK, I've heard of As GK. I've listened to his music before I saw him on the list. I think he's a pretty good rapper. He's from South Central, so shouts out California. But yeah, I think he's a good rapper, but I feel like he just doesn't have that following that would get him on the list. I think he's a little too small, but he's definitely up there. Now, somebody I think might actually make it is Baby Keem, aka Kendrick Lamar's cousin. Uh, he had Orange Soda. That whole tape that he dropped last year was pretty good. So I think Baby Keem might be able to make it on the list. In terms of banned Hunter Izzy, which he was on the list. He was on that vote for the 10 spot list last year. I don't think he's gonna make it. Still haven't heard much from him. Tried his music, not my thing, I guess. But a lot of the times I just like sometimes it like with music it just clicks. Like a lot of these rappers just don't click for me. Maybe it's not the right song or something. But yeah, Bankroll Freddy. Haven't heard much about him, so eh. Baby Mother. I've heard about Baby Mother, but I feel like again, she might. I don't think she has the following for the double XL list. So I think so far Baby Keem is definitely one that could make it on the list. Big Clit. Uh, she has a great name. Uh, but I feel like Big Clit might either be too weird for the list, or I think she has a bit of a following. She was on that Genius up and coming rappers from New York list, or that cosign thing, that cosign video. So she does have like some type of following in order to get on that list. But uh, I don't know, maybe you know, but yeah. Cowboy did have that big hit, Envy Me, and then he did have like features from Thug, so and like Dirk. So being a Chicago boy, of course, you get a Dirk feature. But yeah, I feel like Cowboy might make it. Although I feel like Cowboy is like one of those rappers that they just have this big song, but it's like a slow burner, so not many people know about him. But I can see Cowboy making the list. Now they just put a kid on this list. Just Caden. What is this kid? I tried out his music. You can't say I didn't try it, but goddamn. um, I don't want to hate on a kid, but I don't know why they put this kid on the list. It's just he doesn't even have like that many followers or subscribers on YouTube. It's not even like it's like basically like just some kid, you know, like what? You know, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. Capolo, shouts out to Bay. Uh, Capolo, I feel like he's good in the Bay, but I feel like not anybody else knows him, so it's not. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't think Capolo would make the list. I think there are a couple other people from the Bay that might make the list, but not. I feel like Capolo just doesn't have that following, you know. I hope people from the Bay actually make the list, though. You know, shouts out the Bay. That's the home. That's the home area. You know, what I'm saying. Anyway, Chica is a really good rapper, and I feel like she would be good for the list as that a rapper that that has those bars. You know, I feel like Chica might fit that list very well. She's a good rapper. She was on that BT Cypher. Um, I don't remember when. I don't know if it was last year, or the year before, but she was definitely on the BT Cypher with all those other female rappers. So I feel like she could make the list. You know, she has potentially that following. That would be nice. Fantano shouted her out, so maybe. Coi Leray, I feel like Coi Leray has a bigger following than Chica, probably because of Trippie Red, but you know, that's kind of how that works. In terms of her music, I think it's alright. You know, it's not like whoa, you know, but eh, yeah, sure. You know, Cuban Doll. You know, again, I think Dream Doll is better, but Cuban Doll, again, not an awful rapper. I feel like seeing all these female rappers on the list is really good, and I feel like Cuban Doll. I don't know if she has the type of following. You know, I feel like she's from Dallas, she's from Texas. She's kind of I don't know if she's really competing with Meg Thee Stallion, but well, I guess not really in terms of maybe style, but I guess in terms of Texas rappers. But no, that doesn't make sense. But I feel like Cuban Doll. Nah, I feel like I haven't heard that much from Cuban Doll though. It's just like, oh, you know, it's not like you Cowboys like envy me. It's not something like big. You're just like, oh, okay, you know, that's just me. DDG, isn't he that YouTube rapper? I think he is. Yeah, I think, yeah, well, I mean, YouTube rapper, but, uh, you know, I feel like DDG might have that YouTube following where it's just like he might get the 10th spot, but, you know, we'll see. But in terms of rapping, you know, it's not bad, right? D Smoke, I feel like that D Smoke album that dropped this year, it's pretty good, pretty fucking good, right? So I feel like that just off of that and the fact that he won Flow and Rhythm, he'd definitely be able to make it on the double XL list. He has that good storytelling. He raps in Spanish, dude. Yo, that shit. Shouts out Inglewood. Um, definitely, definitely. D Smoke might make that list. Yeah. So Danny Lee has had some high profile features. I think I think she worked with Chris Brown at one point. Uh, let's see. I forgot. Oh yeah, she did have that feature from the debate from the baby. Yeah, she had that easy remix with Chris Brown. Yeah, so she might definitely be able to make it on the list. More than the Probably more than the other female rappers that I've talked about. Danny Towers. I don't know, cause Danny Towers was on that one song with Ski Mask and Scheme and Yachty. Uh, but I feel like Danny Towers again doesn't have that following to do it. But Dax, on the other hand, I feel like Dax will make it on the double XL list because he has a bunch of rabid fans and he's pretty big on YouTube. So I feel like he would definitely be able to make it on the list. just by winning the 10th spot, if not by any other means, right? Don Toliver, come on, he has to make it, dude. He's on Cactus Jack. He's on Travis Scott's label. You know, he was all over the Jack Boys album. Dropped his own album this year. You know, he's been blowing up. I think Don Toliver will definitely make it. That's like a shoe in. Unless he declines, that's definitely a shoe in, dude. Um, Duke Deuce. I feel like Duke Deuce might hit that, that not one hit wonder, but like that kind of like, oh shit, like Blueface. You know, he's got that Tatiana type of thing. I guess Blueface had multiple, I guess, hits. But like, Crunk Ain't Dead. Crunk Ain't Dead is a banger, dude. And you got that remix from Juicy J and Project Pat. So I can definitely see Duke Deuce making a list. Now 5 Foreign. 5 Foreign's big in New York. He dropped that Wetty single recently. Um, I like him. I think he's pretty good. But I feel like not many people know much about 5 Foreign to um, either vote him to be the 10th spot or just he doesn't have that following necessarily outside of Brooklyn or outside of New York, just Brooklyn. He's from Brooklyn. Uh, Outside of New York or that area to really, be like, oh, okay. He can definitely make it on this. Although Deluxo does have a New York leaning, so maybe. Flip De Niro. I feel like Flip De Niro kind of missed his opportunity at this point. If he wasn't on the list last year with Leave Me Alone, I don't think he's gonna make the list this year. That's just me. Flo Milli reminds me a lot of what you call it, kind of like it's like Rico Nasty back in the day, or like um fucking shit, what's her name? Yeah, Molly Brazy, like that kind of clique that used to exist back in the day. That kind of just dissolved basically. But Flo Milli kind of reminds me of that a little bit, but not too much. Again, I know a lot of people. I know a good amount of people that are like, oh yeah, Flo Milli's it, And I agree, Flo Milli does have a fun vibe. So maybe, again, maybe. Fred Rari, I haven't heard much about Fred Rari, so I don't think so. Fredo Bang, haven't much haven't heard much from, so can't say Fredo Bang would make the list either. Nar, aka Lil Nar, maybe, cause of that Rico Nasty feature. Rico Nasty was on this last year, so maybe. Uh, I can see that. Kind of like how you had Lil Pump one year, then Smoke Perp the next year, something like that. Um, so I can see that, but yeah. Besides that, I don't know if Nar has really that big of an influence on especially in the saturated Atlanta scene, especially to you know get out of that kind of like and blow up like that. But I feel like Nar is a pretty decent rapper. Guapdad 4000. I hope Guapdad makes it on the list because Guapdad's pretty big. He dropped Dior Deposits. Dior Deposits was pretty big. He had Isaiah with Denzel, you know, Maxo Cream, and shit, somebody else that was on that. Crap. Yeah, there's somebody else on Isaiah too. Crap. I gotta figure this out, dude. Oh yeah, Key. Yeah, Key on there. Yeah, right. But I think Dior Deposits is really good because he had Sumi B from SWRB. He had Tory Lanez on there. He had Jeezy. He had Chance the Rapper, Charlie Wilson, E40, Neff the Pharaoh, Mozzie. He had all these West Coast people on there. I feel like he definitely could make it on the list. Uh, love to see some Bay Area representation, and I think that might be it. You know what I'm saying? He's dropping music every week. He got Rona raps. So I definitely think he'll make it. HD been dope. I haven't heard much about HTTP been dope or Hot Locked In. Ian Dior, I've heard about Ian Dior. I feel like he might make the list because I think he does have a pretty big following. I'm just not a part of it. So yeah. Jack Boy, I haven't heard much about Jack Boy. Jack Harlow might actually make it. I feel like it's between him and Dax maybe for the 10th spot, but Jack Harlow might make it because Jack Harlow's been blowing up, was popping, all of that, Cody Banks, all those songs that he drops songs, even though that they're kind of repetitive, but I feel like a lot of people like him. So, he's got to make it. Josiah, I feel like he kind of fills a similar role as Ian Dior, and I feel like Ian Dior might be a little bit more popular. So, yeah. J.I., haven't heard much about J.I. Jordan Hollywood, I've heard of him, but I feel like Jordan Hollywood doesn't have that much of a backing, or that I've seen. Juicy Fruit, I haven't heard much about Juicy Fruit or Justin Rari. And now people are putting Rari in their name. Damn. Alright, cool. Uh, yeah, I haven't heard much about that. Key Glock might make it. Because Key Glock's pretty big. He works with Young Dolph. You know, yeah. In Memphis, it's either Duke Deuce or Key Glock that will make it on the list. That's what I'm thinking. Kid Ken, I haven't heard about King Ken. King Von's been blowing up recently, so maybe he'll make it on the list. I know that. Lil Got It, I feel like Lil Got It, I don't know about that. I feel like he doesn't have as big of a following as probably Lil Keith. Lil Keith was on what? That Young Thug project. So yeah, Lil Load, Lil Migo. I haven't heard much about them, so I can't say much about it. But I feel like they probably don't have that big of a following, to be honest. But I don't know. You know, Lil Tecca. I feel like Lil Tecca might make it from Queen. They put Queen instead of Queens. Uh, yeah, I think Lil Tecca might make it. You know, he'll definitely make. He's definitely a shoo-in. Come on, so just like Don Toliver, because he had ransom. You know, he's gotta make it, right? Unless he declines. Lil TJ might make it because of him working with Polo G. I'm just in that New York scene. Lil TJ is definitely bigger than just the New York scene. So I think he can make it. Lil West. I don't know about Lil West. I think I've heard of Lil West before, but yeah, don't think he has big enough following. Lil Zay Osama. I forgot about this. Uh, I don't know. Just off the name alone, first off, I never heard of him. Two, he has Osama in his name, so I don't know about you, but uh, okay, I'm just not gonna go there. But I just haven't heard Lil Zay Osama ever, you know. So I just feel like maybe he's not that big. Let's check out his SoundCloud. I mean, oh yeah, I guess he's kind of big on SoundCloud off that one song, but I has a couple of songs that are big on SoundCloud, but I feel like I haven't heard of Lil Zay Osama before this, so I don't know. Lil I've heard of Lil before, so maybe Lil Kel will make the list, cause I've heard him on a couple of different tracks. So yeah, Lil Soldier, haven't heard of Lil Soldier. Marlo, I think Matt Ox just, unless he comes up with some new shit, I don't think Matt Ox is really getting anywhere here. Mulatto, haven't heard of Mulatto before. Miss Banks. Miss Banks is a UK rapper, but I feel like, I don't know, I feel like they should get somebody bigger. I'm sorry. I feel like Miss Banks does have some good shit on SoundCloud, but, I don't think a lot of people have heard of her here in the US. I mean, like, I guess they did it with, crap. Shit. Oh, damn it, I forgot her name. But, oh, this is gonna bother me. Double XL list. In 2018. Yeah, 2018. Stefflon Don, yeah, Stefflon Don, 2018. But Stefflon Don had a really big hit. That's why she made it on the list. I don't think Miss Banks has that big of a hit in the U.S. So, Enely Choppa would definitely make it because Enely Choppa's been blown up. I guess out of all the people in Memphis, I think they put Enely Choppa over Duke Deuce and Key Glock. So yeah. No cap, haven't heard no cap. Polo G's gotta make it, dude. Polo G didn't make it last year. Polo G's gotta make it this year, dude. 100%. 100%. Quando Rondo might make it. But the only thing I have is that Quando Rondo is kind of like more of an underground thing rather than like something that's like pretty big, like even like Polo G or Emily Chapa, even Lakel. I've heard of Lakel. I've heard of Quando. I remember Quando Rondo from back in the day, like a couple of years ago, back in the day. But I just feel like he might have missed his opportunity. I don't know though. Unless he comes up with some like banging ass shit that I actually haven't seen. I'm gonna be honest. I actually no, I did look at this. I actually really like Quando Rondo, but I feel like well, actually, hold on. Quando Rondo's been doing numbers on SoundCloud, so actually Quando Rondo might make it on the list. I'm not gonna lie. Queen Key, I haven't heard of Queen Key. Quinn NFN, I haven't heard of him either. Reason might make it on the list. If it's not Chica, it's Reason. That's gonna be one of those like bars rapper type of people that are gonna be on that list. 100%. Reason will definitely make the list. I think that's pretty good. Rennie Rucci, never heard of her. Rodwave, I think Rodwave has a good potential of making it on the list because Rodwave's been blowing up recently. He has that Lyrical Lemonade video, definitely. Sada Baby's also been blowing up. I think Sada Baby has a really unique sound, and Kenny Beats co-signed him, so it's got to be good, and it is good because I love Sada Baby. Slide, bro, that's wild. That's just wild, dude. Anyway, Chef G, haven't heard of Chef G before. A lot of Brooklyn rappers, dude. A lot of Brooklyn rappers. Anyway, Shooter Gang Coney. I've heard of. I listened to Shooter Gang Coney's most recent project. I thought it was pretty good, but I feel like Shooter Gang Coney doesn't have that type of backing that Guap Dad has. That would make me think that I'd choose Shooter Gang Coney over Guap Dad, but you never know, right? Shorty Shorty. I've heard of Shorty Shorty before. He was on something that I've heard before, but oh, he was on that Shoreline Mafia song, yeah. But yeah, I don't think he has that type of backing. Schoolie, I haven't really heard of Schoolie. Slater, I listen to Slater. He's pretty good. Again, I don't think he has the backing for it. Sleepy Rose, never heard of Sleepy Rose. Smoothville, haven't heard of Smoothville. Splurge, I think I might have heard of Splurge before, but again, I don't think any of these people have that type of backing. Sprato, I've heard of Sprato. Snot, I've heard of Snot before. Man's wild. Anyway, I think it's pretty funny that his name's Snot, but uh, whatever. So yeah, Stunner for Vegas. Yeah, I think definitely Stunner for Vegas. Maybe the baby made it last year. Stunner for Vegas might be a shoe in this year. Who knows? North Carolina, raise up. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, Stunner Girl. Again, I don't know. She's from the Bay. I don't know if and Sweet Generous. Sweet Generous. Ooh, ooh, these names are getting harder every year, dude. Sweet Generous. I think they're both from the Bay, but I don't think they have that type of backing that Guap Dad has. That would make Double XL people choose them over Guap Dad. Uh, but you never know. TJ on the cave. That was wild. That was hilarious, dude. I feel like TJ might make it. Yo, imagine his freestyle, dude. It's just a bunch of cuts. He just checks in on a freestyle. Oh shit, dude, that was funny. Uh, yeah, maybe TJ Porter. Haven't heard much about TJ Porter. I tried to listen to 2C's music. Not my favorite. I'd choose Stun for Vegas for over 2C in terms of like North Carolina rappers, personally. Even though, shouts out Raleigh, you know. Um, Tyler Yahweh. I've heard of Tyler Yahweh, but again, I don't think they have. I don't think he has that big of a backing. A lot of these people just don't have. I just don't think they have that backing. Who killed Kenny? Who killed Kenny? Haven't heard of him. Whirl. Haven't heard of him. Zanman. Haven't heard of him. Wise and Flow. I've heard of Wise and Flow before. Again, don't think he has that backing. Young Baby Tape. I've heard of Young Baby Tape before because she was on that Dreamville project, but again, I don't think she has the type of backing to really get her on the list. Even though she was on the Dreamville project, but she was like, it was like a very, I think she was on like one song, so maybe not. Young Maul, haven't heard of him. Yugi and Ace, I've seen Yugi and Ace quite a bit, but maybe. One Take J, I've heard of One Take J before, and I feel like One Take J might have enough backing, but I'm not entirely sure. 10K Cash, haven't heard 10K Cash, or 2K Baby, or 22 G's. I've heard 24K Golden, but I don't think he has the type of backing. 42 Doug, I think he was on that one project. I forgot which project it was, but he was definitely on that one project. He was featured on, crap, what was it? It wasn't a 21 Savage. Yo, I know nothing. Oh no, he was on that Little Baby project. Yeah, that's what it was. Um, Glock 9. Yo, Glock 9 might make the list, but I don't know. Glock 9 is a dangerous ass man, and I feel like he makes music for people that wear Air Force Ones. That's just me though. But he does have quite a bit of because he had 223s, right, with one to be Melly. So I feel like Glock 9 might make the list. So in recap, we're talking about, let's see, what, Glock 9. Um, Glock 9 will make the list. Maybe TJ. Maybe Stunts for Vegas. Let's see. Maybe Rodway Versada Baby. That's 5. Quando Rondo. That's 6. Polo G. Emily Chapa. 7, 8. I feel like at this point maybe Lil TJ might not make the list. Lil Tecca. That's 9. And maybe King Von. Maybe Dax. Jack Harlow. Yeah, Guap Dad. D-Smoke. Reason. Chica. Baby Keem. Things like that. But if I had to make 10 people, let's see, 10 or 11 people, I think, let's see, definitely Polo G, Eneli Choppa, Loteka. Those 3 have to be on there, dude. Let's see. Don Tolliver, that's 4. Dax, that's 5. I feel like Dax will definitely make it here. I have to write this shit down, dude. Notepad. Let me write this shit down on my notepad here real quick. Because I'm gonna forget all the shit that I wrote. Okay, so Polo G, Eneli Choppa, who else? Dax, Loteka, whoops, Don Tolliver, let's see, I think, I think Waptad would be good. Let's see, who else? Quando Rondo, maybe. Quando Rondo's been grinding for a while, maybe Reason. Let's see, maybe Rod Wave, Sada Baby. I think I'm just gonna write down a lot of people that I think will make it. Stunner for Vegas. I think just because TJ XXL on the cave doesn't mean he's gonna make it. Glock 9. I have to make sure I spell it right too. This is, you know what I'm saying. You gotta make sure you spell it right. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Maybe King Von. I think King Von might make it. Jack Harlow. I'm just gonna make a big list about, and then kind of just Ian Dior. Maybe Duke Deuce. D-Smoke. Let's see, D-Smoke. Danny Lee. Cowboy, Baby Keem. Yeah. Okay, Cowboy, and then Baby Keem. So I have, let's see how many. I have 20 people. Cheese. Okay. And who, let's see if we can narrow it down to like 13 or 12 people. Let's see. If we're gonna get rid of people, I think Ian Dior might not make it. I feel like Duke Deuce might not make it if, Emily Chop is on it. So I think, yeah. Okay, I think Danny Lee will make it. Cowboy, ooh, it's getting tough now. It's between D-Smoke and Reason, though. D-Smoke or Reason? I feel like they might choose Reason. Just for that TD thing. King Von. I feel like maybe Sada Baby might not make it. I don't know. Maybe Quando Rondo might not make it. Shit. In terms of poppin' rappers, okay, maybe not Quando Rondo. I like Quando Rondo, but I feel like maybe not. You know? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see, 7. So I have 16 now. Cowboy. I don't know, maybe not Cowboy. Maybe Cowboy's a... Okay. Let's do this. Let's put Danny Lee up here, because I gotta have some female. I feel like the female list there's no that one popular female rapper that's out there, you know? Okay. This one's harder than last year, I think. Which is weird. Maybe it's just because I don't know much about these people, but, yeah, so 16 people left on this list, and I think, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, okay, let's do this, and then, out of those 9 people that I think will make it, it's gotta be 10 to 11 people, and then some honorable mentions, so I think, wait, let's just make sure that Glock 9 is not in prison. I don't think so. Let's just make sure, though. Because I know this man's been in and out. I just have to double check. Okay, so he was arrested this year, but I think, okay, I think, you don't want to put something like that. It's like putting, fucking, anyway, never mind. Okay, clock, okay, yeah. So, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of good, things. Got a lot of good people that you can put on here. But, I'm gonna go with that. Yeah, okay, so my final list, I think it's 12 people, but whatever. It's Paulo G, Annalie Choppa, Dax, Lil Tecca, Don Toliver, Guapdad 4000, Reason, Stun for Vegas, Danny Lee, Glock 9, Jack Harlow, and Rod Wave. Those are my people that I'm like, okay, yeah, definitely. And my honorable mentions are definitely King Von, Sod Baby, Cowboy, and Baby Keem. I'm gonna keep it like that. Okay, I got this notepad. That was hard. That was very difficult. That was very difficult to do. And that was just so weird. Okay. Well, that concludes it. This went on way longer than it should have. But cool. That was predicting the XXL list. Yeah. Uh, click like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. I don't know if I'll be making more of these engineering rap podcast videos that are not the XXL list, but we'll see. Alright, this has been SB125, and I'm signing out. See ya.